start our lesson. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Ask me how.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. Okay, remind me of our home task. What is the task for today?
To do a test number 11 and 13, and to know the words.
To know the words. Okay.
In 3 of them.
What's the page?
41.
41. Shall I put the words from the previous test, probably? Yes, there were a couple
No, we
of
checked them.
words. We checked them?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So test 11. All right, let's check. Tell me what is 1?
B.
Right. What is 2?
C.
3.
I don't know this one.
You don't know. So you've got to decide on promote, vary, involve, and variation. Yes.
Yeah.
Read again. English
language courses cost something greatly.
Costs. Costs vary greatly. Can you explain? Yeah, vary. So the price or costs vary greatly. It means that the costs are different. They vary. Like they are various.
Yeah.
What is 4?
4 is include. D.
Correct. And 5?
5 find out.
To find out, yes? So that's about English language course. Yes, what do you know about this course in England? What can you tell me?
That before choosing a course or beginning a course, you need to think about how much money you need to pay finance your courses.
Did you know the amount of money per course or per month or per lesson?
There in the UK.
Yeah. Which period is covered?
Period.
The hours, the academic hours are covered, or the whole course is covered?
I think the.
Did you have any course in Canada?
No, only training.
Okay. What else? So the costs vary greatly. It's mentioned here. Yes, that's what you didn't know.
So there's a big variety. A big variety of courses, and what you need to bring there, like books and stuff that you need for course. There can be, if there's something special courses, there can be like food to eat.
Maybe, yes.
Yeah. What else?
There will be also excursions or some trips included, yes?
Yeah.
And accommodation if you are an overseas student. Okay. You said that you had a couple of lessons or lots of lessons or some lessons with different teachers, yes?
Yeah.
How is it different here in the courses of English here in Towmuch? What do you like? Or what do you find interesting?
Actually, I didn't attend other courses like Towmuch, like a big one, like
the center.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of the same places in the city, but I visited like just a small one. It doesn't even have a name.
It doesn't even
have a name.
Here, Militsky, you mean?
Yeah, here, and I guess and it's comfortable because Towmuch is really close to my school. And how different it.
If to compare, for example, with your teacher that you used to have lessons with, or with an American guy you said, or Canadian, yes?
I don't really remember American guy because I was like 9 or something.
9? Yeah. What did you do with him mostly?
We did some exercises on big books. Spoke a lot.
Yes.
Grammar, I remember.
Watched video, probably, no?
I don't really remember. I don't think no.
Okay.
I think we will.
What do you think would be an ideal English course for you. The course that would cover, for example, grammar, vocabulary, speaking a lot, watching video. What would be interesting for you? What would you like to change in our study, for example?
I think like speaking maybe more. Speaking.
We speak a
Vocabulary
lot,
and grammar is fine. I think that's all.
Okay.
I like it.
If you had a chance to have your own school, any kind of school, what school would you like to have? I mean, whether it would be a school of learning languages, or learning computer science, or programming, or drawing. Actually, we spoke about it.
Yeah. I think I would create maybe or drawing or languages.
Languages, yes, very interesting to you.
Yeah.
Okay, what would be a peculiarity? I mean, something interesting about your school that you would attract a lot of students to.
I think that's why people from the country, like the country, if they learn, for example, Spanish, or why a teacher, just a person from Spanish,
From
he would
From Spain, yeah.
So he would practice. Actually, I had things in another Towmuch. We had Ukrainian guy, but he moved in America when he was a child.
I know, you're talking about Sergio, yes?
Oh yeah.
So he came, yes.
What
We recently had a guest here from England. There was my niece here. She speaks English. She's a native speaker. She speaks English very fluently. And all the kids or teenagers who were involved in the conversation were absolutely amazed. Okay, then let's move on. So the next one was the national curriculum. Yes?
Yeah.
Was it difficult?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check. So number 1.
D. B.
2, B, yes, 3.
C.
Yes, 4.
A.
Yes, 5.
D.
6.
Six. No, number 6.
You don't remember? You don't do that?
You don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay, let's do it together. So 6.
Today test.
Today tests, yes, either introduced or have been introduced or being introduced or having been introduced in English. So the action actually has happened up to now, yes, and there's a result for today, so which is correct. Today
Being
test.
introduced.
Huh?
Or C or D, I think.
No, you need a verb here. You need a predicate here, not an adjective, not a participle. So action has been done. So today tests have been
done.
introduced. Yes, up to now. Okay, 7.
B.
7 is not B. No, actually B is also correct. Okay, let's B because the practice is acceptable here. 8.
B.
Yes. 9.
D.
D and 10.
I don't know number 10.
10. Is generally conceded. So grades from A, to G are conceded. Look now.
Considered.
And here is like a purpose to
Pass.
be a pass. To be a pass. Are considered to be a pass. Something is considered to be like something. To be a pass. Like.
So it's gonna be C.
Huh?
So it's gonna be number.
No. To be a pass? No, to be a pass. A pass is a noun, like a bus pass, train pass. To be a pass. It's like you are acceptable or you are eligible to do things. Is there any interesting to say about the national curriculum?
I think that I didn't know that General Certificate of Secondary School,
Yes.
GCSE, only can take the most brightest
Only
children.
can only be
Can only be taken by brightest children.
Yeah, it's very difficult, you know. Yeah.
I
And in our
found out
country,
in
if you compare with our country,
like in our country, it's called Tipa.
it's called
Is it no?
Yeah. It's like independent testing. Yeah, external independent testing.
I think it's difficult.
It's difficult. Yes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that only the brightest students can pass it. Yeah.
I think if the child is practicing the whole 2 years in 10th grade and in 11th grade, I think he'll or she will
They
pass.
will pass. Yes,
Yeah.
they will pass. Yes. Does it mean that if there are students who can pass this test, this so-called external evaluating test, does it mean that they have to find some job? They don't have to enter the universities because their level is quite low and they won't be quite good specialists in the sphere that they are choosing. Yes, so it's better for them to work because there's a kind of demand for people who work. I mean, for plumbers, for smiths and other professions, for firefighters. All the graduates have to enter the university. What is your opinion?
I think somebody can go in college.
Yes, after the 9th grade.
After
Yeah?
the 9th grade, yeah. I think it's gonna be easier for them.
You're the 9th form student now, yes?
Yes.
What about leaving school and entering or going to the college? Have you thought of it?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna do it.
No, if you had a chance or if you wanted, what would you choose? Which college would you choose?
I don't really know colleges. I know one technical college.
Here in Monastery.
Yeah. I don't think I'm
And
gonna
what
go there.
specialization? Would you be a programmer?
Management.
Oh,
Yes.
management, yes. Not to something connected with drawing? Not a designer?
No, it's hard.
Okay. Okay, very interesting. Smoking in British schools, yes?
Smoking? Oh yeah.
You did this test
Yeah.
about smoking. Okay, tell me, it's quite an extraordinary situation, yes? I would say not typical for any school. What does it say about?
In Britain schools, smoking is forbidden.
Forbidden, actually,
Forbidden,
yes.
yeah. But I read that in one school, they can smoke. Actually, in Britain. But I think, in my opinion, it's bad actually. Smoke.
They are allowed to do this with their parents. With their parents' agreement. So if the parents agree, the students are allowed to smoke. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bit strange. Yes. Let's check it. Number 1.
B.
Yes. Number 2.
B.
B. Number 3.
C.
Yes. Number 4.
A.
Yes. And number 5.
D.
Done. Let's go on. It's university fees, biggest barrier to wider access. Yes. Right. It's a kind of okay. Let's make it a bit better, or we try to work on swearing at school. We try to work on swearing at school. Yeah. Let's do this one. So do you know what swear means?
Saying bad words.
Saying bad words. When you were in Canada, did you notice whether people swore a lot?
Yes.
Yes.
No, in Canada, no.
No.
I mean, I know a swear word in English.
Yeah, no, I was asking about whether it's typical of Canadians to swear. Huh?
No.
No. What do you know about swearing? Okay, about your school. Do kids swear at your
Yes,
school?
of course.
Yes. Do they swear in English or in Ukrainian or in Russian?
Russian.
Ukrainian and Russian. Yes.
Actually, I don't know which one.
How did you react to swearing? Do you say anything that, no, it sounds bad, it sounds rude, don't swear, or you just don't care?
If I sometimes tell it to like people who I know like a little bit.
Just.
But other ones, I don't actually care.
You don't actually care.
It's there.
Okay, let's read and let's fill in the gaps with the correct words in this exercise and then we'll discuss it.
A special program, which is part of a project, or A or B.
So a project, you would imagine which project, yes? You need a kind of attribute here. So a project, named, personal, social,
Personal, social, and health module. Is it, since September 2002. Is introduced, can be introduced, was introduced, will introduce. Was introduced.
Was introduced, yes, because it was in 2002, yeah. Go on.
BCM also covers topics such as sexual health and education, drugs, smoking, and relationships. Within
Wait a minute. So these 4 aspects, like health, education, drugs, not 4, in 5, smoking and relationships. How much do you think they are important for taking into consideration at school? So how do you know? Okay, when you go to your school, how do you know about health habits, about healthy eating, about things that actually makes our health better?
I think.
Do you have these lessons? Do you have kind of lesson where you are
About health?
Yes, about health.
We had one. Sometimes we have one.
Maybe we go to some lessons. Maybe there are some extra classes lessons that no. Okay. Then about drugs. Are you taught about drugs? About
Yes.
danger of drugs? Yes.
Yeah.
What lessons again?
In school?
Yes.
No.
No.
Oh, actually, yeah, we did. On the same lesson.
So, are there any people, for example, coming and telling about drugs? Maybe some specialists, doctors, or former drug addicts?
No, but our teachers tells us.
Okay, smoking, probably, and relationships.
Oh yeah, we have been taught about all these things.
And have you got a girlfriend? Or is there a girl that you like at school? Or there could be a girl, for example, like my son, he's got a girl, they communicate through the Skype, and she lives in London.
No.
No. Okay. If you talk about...
I have friends, actually.
Foreign friends.
Yeah, foreign friends. I have met them. One from Luxembourg, Denmark, and actually I had one from New Zealand, and Jamaica.
Really? Do you speak English with them? Yeah. And how do you actually evaluate their level of English? Whether you think that your English is better or their English is better?
One girl, she always liked to correct me if I say something bad, but sometimes she's wrong. And yeah, on last lessons, I asked her because I didn't know one thing, and she was like, I think my English is like better in grammar than her, but
Than Kaz.
yeah. But speaking, I think she's paying. No, when I'm talking to them, I'm really paying attention to grammar. Because we're having fun there and everything. But she's like really serious, paying attention, grammar, correct everybody.
She says yes.
Yeah.
Where is she from?
Denmark.
Denmark.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's quite interesting. Let's go on. Within this.
Within this program, schools give their pupils lessons in which the 11 to 16 years old write down as many swear words as they can think of.
Yeah, that's quite a good punishment, I think. Then we'll discuss why. So find a word which fits gap 3.
Number 3. Have to is to.
Have to, yeah.
Have to.
Have to. How is have to different from, for example, is to or are to? So this punishment is probably like detention, yes, after classes, and they're staying in the classroom and writing these words on the board. How do you think it works? What is good about it? So they are writing those swearing words, yes.
Yeah. I think they feel shame in front of teachers
or other people. Yes, doesn't matter.
And I think they would do it again, or they would do it really quiet.
They will probably do it so that nobody would hear. Yes, what they said. Okay, let's go on. Then
Then the teachers describe and explain them to their pupils because specialists think that pupils what their swear words really mean. And because specialists think that pupils didn't know. Don't know it.
Don't know, yes. Okay. It's quite difficult to explain the meanings of swearing words, yes?
Yeah.
A teacher should be really competent and know, yes, The origin of the word and other things, examples, yes, it's difficult.
Yeah.
The aim?
The aim is to get young people to look carefully at their language and see if they really say what they did. The language and see if they really meant.
Meant to say what they did, yes, past. And the last one, read.
A lot of parents are against this program as they think that their children just get a wider range of disgusting words.
Do you understand here? A wide range of disgusting words? Do you think it would work out in your school then? If you were asked to, those who swear a lot or use swearing words, if they were asked to write down these words on the board for a couple of minutes or for a couple of hours, whether it would work for them?
I think some children would feel shame.
Yeah.
But I think, but not everybody. Because like one boy got in trouble because of his swearing and he met principal and he was still fine and still doing it again and again.
Whose responsibility do you think is it? Because not only teachers are responsible for people's behavior, yes? It might have actually started in the family when kids started swearing, yes? Do you think that it might have been parents' example that they just emulate parents or they are models, parents are the models for them and nothing will help them. If swearing words are often used in the family, why not use them at school?
I think there's like two reasons, I think. Or parents, or they heard it from parents, or just
among
children
peers?
in schools.
Yes.
My parents doesn't swear, but I still know all these words. I heard it at school. I think some of them, got it from their parents.
From friends, yes, and there's no one to explain to them, yes, why they sound very rude. Okay, what's the time actually? University fees biggest barrier to wider access. Let's start reading. We started a bit earlier today, yes? A bit earlier. So you've got here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. These are expected parts of a sentence to know, yes, which part of a sentence they match.
That no one needs to be put off going to university by the cost.
Okay, do you know what put off means?
Like, yeah.
Okay, try to explain. You could give your example using put off, because put off has a couple of meanings, yes, or a few meanings. For example, you could say, don't put off what can be done today, yes?
Yeah, I think put off is like being like not enter the university, like
discourage. So if you encourage, or when you encourage someone to do something, you do everything possible so that a person will do this, yes? If you discourage, you don't want a person to do this. So the cost for the university is actually very high. And the cost is the thing that puts students off going to the university. Do you know the average price for the university course in our country? How much is it? Yes, per year, I mean.
Per year.
15 to probably 30,000 hryvnias.
Oh.
Yes, it's not that expensive in our country, but if to compare with abroad, it's quite, the prices are much higher. Yeah.
Actually, I know in Canada,
Okay.
my cousin,
Dasha. Does Dasha swear? Dasha swear?
when she's mad. When she's mad, she is.
Yeah, she can. Yeah, okay.
And they done like private schools. That one they were in Calgary. So like she attended a private school, and I think like her stepfather paid $10,000 per year. Or I think it's the same price right now in her new city. But and here in the city there's like a really big school, and there's like 5,000 children and knows how much. And she's really good at studying, so she entered it, and like she were passing a lot of hard like exams to attend this school, and so there it's such a school. So you don't have actually a class, your own class. Actually, if you have, for example, French, so children from all like classes or from all whole building go into the class. It doesn't mean if you're from one class. It's just random people go.
So it's like a lecture. There are a lot of tables there, so that yes. Because if there are so many students, they've got
and some children even live there for 5 days, and then for weekends they go to their family.
Quite interesting. Okay, read B. Who say
who say they aren't clever enough to go?
It's clear.
Said schools needed to be equipped to give advice about
tuition fees
and student
finance. Yes. Do you know what tuition fee means?
No.
Okay, when you that's money that you pay for education. It's called tuition fees or tuition fee. There are two words meaning the amount of money for something. There's an amount of money for service and for transport. For transport. So if you talk about service, you say fee. Fee to a doctor, for example, or fee for some other service. And fare is for traveling by bus. What is the fare, for example, from some district in London to another district? Yes. That's the difference. Good to know. Yes.
And many will be paying for the university studies into their 50s. To do more to convince young people of the benefits of further study.
Yeah, we had convince. I hope you remember.
Convince.
Yes. To convince young people.
Like inspire, no.
Inspire. Yeah, you could use inspiration or you could use imagination to convince someone to do something. So when you persuade someone to do something.
No, I know in Ukrainian, but I don't know it in English.
Okay, could you give me examples? You could say, I'm convinced that I'm right, or I'm convinced that education abroad is much better than in Ukraine. So when you're sure, So to be convinced means to be sure about something, yes.
What is further study?
Further? Yeah, future, further. By the way, what's the difference between further, through UR, and farther, FAR? There are two words. So when you talk about distance, when you talk about move or go farther, yes, and when you talk about so-called like further details, let's speak on further details or further education,
like
more abstract
the thing that we
things.
can see.
Yeah, the so-called intangible things that you can touch, you can see, because distance is that more physical movement. Yeah.
The cost of university did not concern them at all. What is concern?
The cost of university didn't concern them at all. It just didn't worry them at all. So they didn't think about it. Yeah. So they didn't even take into account or didn't take into consideration. Didn't concern. It wasn't their concern. Yes.
Were among the reasons given by those concerned about finances. I don't realize that were among the reasons.
Were among the reasons, you understand?
Yeah.
No, so there's a word between and there's a word among. If there is something between, it means that there are two people or there are two things, and something is between. And among is more than three. Like there's a house among the trees. So were among the reasons. They were among. So like there were a lot of reasons, and these which were mentioned were among the reasons given by those concerned about the finances. Reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
To widen access for those from less affluent households.
Yes. To widen access. Yes, access.
Yeah.
Access. Okay. Less affluent households. Affluent is a So an affluent household is the household which you could call wealthy or rich or healed household with a lot of money. Yeah, affluent household.
What is white? Like a lot?
Make wider. So
More?
if the road is wide and you want to make the road wider, you widen the road, yes. So that it's like. Okay, then let's read and try to find which goes where.
An Ipsos Mori survey of 2,050 11 to 16 years at state schools funded by the Sutton Trust found that among those who say they are unlikely to go to university, 57% cite financial considerations as the reason more than the 41%. More than 41%.
So this is about people or about students who enter the university, and they say yes. So more than the 41% of these people, yes, who say, because say is for plural verb. 41% of people, yes.
Yeah.
They aren't clear enough to go.
The results show that efforts to increase participation in higher education in England and Wales remains stalled, leading to calls by Professor Les Eaton, director of the University Fair Access Watchdog, and Sir Peter Lample, chairman of the Sutton Trust for the Government and Education Sector. So this is about professors? Sector. C.
Says schools need to be equipped. Okay. I should skip it for a while. Yes, we'll find the answer later. Let's do the next one.
It is clear from this poll that many young people remain worried about the cost of higher education. Lample said graduates face debts of over £40,000 with the higher fees. Higher fees. G.
And many will be paying for the university studies into their 50s. Yeah, right. So I think C is all right. It was good for number 2.
Yeah.
4.
Four. They need to earn money, worse about getting into debt and lack of family resources. G.
Were among the reasons given by the consent about finances. Okay.
Overall, 2/3 of the school children polled said they had significant concerns about the cost of higher education, with 24% of the total saying that tuition fees were the biggest of those. Only 7% of those polled said A.
And the last one?
Since 2011, the maximum cost of tuition fees has been increased to £9,000 a year. Lample said the government should reconsider means testing tuition fees. Tuition fees. E?
Yeah, correct. Do more? No. Yes, then that's it for now. Yeah, let's write on your home just for the next time.